And here's the camper covered with a base coat using Rust-Oleum camouflage, and that's the light green and the light and the dark khaki, which is kind of a tan. I prefer the light khaki because of greater contrast. That's the base coat, and then I'll show you how I do it. Thank goodness for YouTube. With just a little bit of extra, do that. Anyhow, there's kind of how it's looking against a tree and a hillside, and I'm now going to go get the tripod and show you how I do that. Okay, so here we got the base coats down. By the way, when I sprayed it, I didn't use templates or anything like that. I just did it by hand. You can see it's a little irregular. Who cares? First of all, it's aluminum, so it's well protected. And secondly of all, it's supposed to be irregular. Okay, now, this is actually the dark green, not a black. This is the brown. I could go a little more drab brown, but I don't have one. So, I'm taking this branch and I want to kind of do it this way. So, first thing I do, and by the way, you want to try and get branches that all are in a plane, and this paint is pretty darn soft. I painted this yesterday because it tends to wind up with a rather annoying habit of scraping through the paint to the aluminum, requiring touch-up. For touch-up, just take a piece of cardboard, cut a little hole in it, go like that. Now see, I took the dark green, continued up there, take the brown. Now, from here, I'll switch over to a different branch. Put it here. I'm using a gloved hand, so I don't have to switch. I haven't cleaned my hand nearly so much when I'm done. Let's see, let me get another little branch here. There we go, something different. Now that's brown. Now go back to the dark green. And it gives it a much more complex texture. Just a little bit of these paints here is all you need. And if you get it too dark, like if you think that's a little too dark, you can always just stand way back and fog it with the lighter green. Just continue on, and that's how you do it. Real simple. And from a distance, it will look very, very camouflage. Now, one problem with camouflage is that it's hard to see. So I'm going to put reflectors, probably put some actual reflectors on this back bumper here, reflectors, running lights on the side. I'm going to have a daytime running light circuit just because it is hard to see. And then up here on the roof, where nobody can see it normally, I'll paint the perimeter the green, like 6 inches around the perimeter. And then I'm going to paint the top of this thing a really, really bright, eye-gouging color. We're going up to Alaska. We may get stuck out in the boonies somewhere. This is going to be hard to see, but an air search being the most likely, we will go ahead and paint the roof something you can see from a mile away and make it that much safer. Okay, let me get this thing finished up. Yeah, I definitely like the reflectors. That makes it a lot easier to see, especially at a distance, I'm sure. Well, let me show you what this side looks like. That's a nice 3D pattern that way. So that's what it's looking like now. Took me about 6 cans of base coat paint, 2 other cans of other paint, and less than a day. And that includes the side panels there, the boxes. Those took, gosh, about 3 cans of paint themselves. So anyhow, that's what it looks like. Looks pretty good to me. Happy prospecting, and keep it safe out there.